looking a lot like spring in Finland. Back again, talk to you. Several things today. Somebody in a comment asked me, because I had mentioned about Finns pulling together, do what need to be done. And people have to remember that it hasn't been that many years ago when Finland was in the Winter War, and there's a lot of people that still remember that. Well, in that war, Russia invaded Finland. Finland kicked crap out of them, and then Finland ended up having to pay for Russia invading it. Russia took part of Finland. The people who wanted to relocate and stay in Finland from that area were brought down here, this area, spread around the country, and given land. Other people gave up land to resettle them. They pulled together, they did what had to be done. And there's some farms around us where they're multi-generational farms. Came from that. It's not just a one for all and all for me attitude, I don't think. It's what needs done. The Finns have a name for it, and they've asked me a lot of times to translate what it would translate to in English, and I'm having a hard time figuring it out, because the word is Sisu. And again, I have a hard time translating it, because it's a determination. People are determined they're going to do something, they're going to achieve something, and they're going to work at that goal until they do. And that can be whether it's as a country or as an individual. So, Sisukas suomalainen, a Finn with Sisu. It just seems to be, maybe it's past generation to generation, I don't know. But it's just a determination to get things done, to do things right, treat people fairly. It's just one of those that kind of defies translating into the English language. And that was that one. Now we move on to some more news. Now, at the end of this one, I'm going to blow the lid off of something for y'all in America. And this is not an unknown fact, but it is to me now a very well-known fact. I am planning a trip back to the U.S. in September. That's more of the news for April. Been working on that. Flights are no problem. Finnair flies a very regular route to the U.S. But coordinating a trip from here to there, I'll be going into Florida, Orlando, Mouse World. Not going there, just flying into Orlando. And I have a granddaughter with great-granddaughter in Orlando I'll visit. I have a son in Georgia I'll visit. I have a brother in Alabama I'll visit. I'll move on to Indiana to visit my daughter and her sons and husband. And doing all that from Finland, arranging transportation there is somewhat, comes to mind to me like juggling ferrets, okay? About the time you think you're going to catch one, it wiggles out of the way and it's gone. But I'm working on that, slowly getting things figured out. Car rental was the biggest issue. The larger car companies for me to stay a month and drive around were quoting in the neighborhood of over $3,000. That seemed excessive to me, so we moved on for that on the other solutions. What else has been going on? I'm sitting in the greenhouse again. Maybe not have as much echo, because I'm going to show y'all something now. Sophie's here helping me. Here's Sophie, so she's here helping. Right behind me there, in that tray, are the baby tomato plants. I have come in, put beds in my greenhouse. I'll try not to make you motion sick spinning you around there. And the tomatoes are going to go right over there on the southwestern side. That's the other big achievement for this spring in Finland. Spring in Finland doesn't come on like spring in Tennessee, Alabama, where it's slow and it's gradual and the days slowly get longer. Now here it was winter yesterday, and today the sun's coming up at 5:30 in the morning and setting about 9:30 at night. It's quick and intense. It's firewood season. Everywhere you go, you see huge piles of firewood piled up in people's driveways. They'll draw upon that Sisu, and 5 to 10 cubic meters of wood will be stacked in the dry and getting ready for next year within just a matter of a week or so. See the problem, think about the problem, solve the problem, get it done. Maybe that's Sisu. I don't know, but it's just very hard to describe. What other news do we have? We have the me going to America. And I'll try not to make this a big long one, but y'all go in there, look for them little buttons and go like, you know, just keep hitting that thing and subscribe. And we've had so many new subscribers over the last couple of months. It just still amazing to me that anybody want to sit around and listen to me talk. But I'm getting the sun kind of behind me now. I'm hoping it's not going to mess things up too much. And actually, I'll keep this one shorter. Now, what I'm going to talk about is, in the healthcare system in Finland, I have diabetes. And rather than go in and, like the U.S., and see your doctor for 3 minutes and diagnose and solve the problems, I'm referred to a nurse whose sole purpose is dealing with people with diabetes. Been on a lot of oral meds, the oral type 2 meds, not getting where they want to go. So she talked about some other options, and she said, well, insulin could even end up being an option. Well, being from America, that just pretty much immediately sends terror through your soul. Not because of needing it, but because of what it cost to get it there. And this is where we're going to blow the lid off of that American drug conspiracy that things cost so much. I recently read an article online about the increase in the cost of drugs in the United States, and at the top of that list was insulin. Now, the cost for a patient in the U.S. for their insulin for a month was over $1,600. And, that give you good reason to panic if you hear you could end up needing it. So I asked her, well, what does insulin cost in Finland? And here goes the lid. $4.50, 4 euros, 4.50 euros. Now, why does something that costs $4.50 here which even if you did the currency exchange rate, would probably be at the most $5.50 in dollars in the United States. Cost $1,600 there. And you know, people say, well, why do you enjoy living in Finland? Well, that's one reason. Healthcare is not free. There's no such thing as free healthcare. We pay for healthcare. We pay a VAT tax on everything we buy, and I'm good with that. I'm paying in toward my healthcare. They're providing me healthcare. Finland is not, to me, does not seem to be a consumer and bigger and better driven economy. In America, you are pretty much bombarded nonstop with advertising that tells you you need the newest, the biggest, and something better than somebody else has. And Finland just doesn't strike me as being that way. Here people buy what they need. They carry little credit card debt. And maybe this is another reason they're the happiest people in the world. They're secure in knowing that if they need health care, they have it. Their education will be supplied to them free of charge, regardless of which direction they take, whether they choose to go toward trades or whether they choose to go toward academic. And maybe that leads all the way back into my very first thing is, why is it like this here and why is it like that there? Well, people are happy here. They enjoy life. June, almost the whole country shuts down and goes on vacation. Midsummer, there's a big celebration that is midsummer here, 1st June. So maybe that's why things are the way they are. But that's just me rambling this time. I didn't have any specific topic, but those were things that are on the tiny little pea brain. And the other I was going to go into very shortly is I do not edit my videos. You see my videos as I shoot my videos. You get me warts and all. Y'all can give me your thoughts on that. Think it's okay? Think I need to edit? But this is just me being me, telling you about why I like living in Finland. Y'all enjoy your Saturday.